How about a bowl of nice, hot, creamy cauliflower soup? Okay, no groans allowed. This is a special cauliflower soup. It's not just any ordinary creamy cauliflower soup because we're spiking it today, and we're spiking it with roasted garlic. Now, I've already roasted my head of garlic. I took a whole bulb or head of garlic, cut a little bit off the top of the garlic, set it on some aluminum foil, and drizzled a little olive oil along with some salt and pepper. I wrapped it tight in aluminum foil and then put it into a 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. You want to just keep it until it gets nice and soft. And when you roast garlic, now I'm just going to kind of squeeze these heads or these little cloves right out of my roasted head of garlic. But you can see it gets soft and creamy and buttery and so flavorful. It's just kind of got a nice sweet flavor. So I'm going to just set this aside. I would mash it up with a fork, set it aside because I am going to add it to my cauliflower soup a little bit later. The other ingredient I need are 2 leeks. Now, if you haven't used a leek before, they're a member of the onion family, and they look like an overgrown green onion or scallion, but they're very mild and sweet compared to a regular onion. So you can buy them in the produce department. They're available all year long, but right now is kind of the peak season. They're really flavorful. So when you bring it home, you just want to cut off this little end that has the little rootlets on it. And then, unless you're going to be making some broth or some nice stock, you just want to get rid of the dark green part of the leek because it tends to be a little bit bitter and a little bit tough. Just set that aside. So then you have this nice piece of leek here that is edible and is sweet. It's used a lot in French cooking. But one thing that happens with leeks is that they tend to collect sand and dirt inside all these little layers. So I like, see there, you can see there's some little sand in there. I like to just take the layers apart and put them in a bowl of some lukewarm water. So I would just take some and just slice them nice and thin because then I'm going to put them in my Dutch oven, and this is about the perfect size for a batch of this soup. Heat up a little olive oil, add my sliced leeks, saute them until they get tender, about 5 or 6 minutes. Then I'm going to add my mashed roasted garlic to the pot, stir it up a little bit, and you can add either chicken broth or vegetable broth, whichever you prefer, about 3 cups. And then to get the creaminess, we're going to use no fat evaporated milk. And since it's fat-free, we'll get the creaminess and a nice flavor, but without the fat and calories. So we'll simmer that mixture along with the raw cauliflower that I've coarsely chopped, about just a pound of it, cook it up till it's nice and tender, and when it is, only about 15 minutes later, I'll put it into the blender and puree it. We'll have a nice bowl of creamy, garlic spiked cauliflower soup that you can just garnish with a little bit of grated Parmesan. Got this new little tool here and a little bit of sliced green onions, and there you have a delicious, healthy soup to warm up on a cold winter night. I'm Sue Doden, and now we're cooking.